Hey, and we are live. Oh, and welcome once more to Rollers of Fate. Yay!
Hello.
Today we
Hello.
play. Hello. We play a modified version of Curse Strahd, Dining in Barovia.
Barovia.
Barovia. And I will assure you, it should be a game to die for. Let's see about that. I am Cisco Blanco, your storyteller, and these, as always, are our great heroes. We'll start with Safira. With Julia.
Thank you so much, Cisco.
Just to get it out.
Okay, hello, I'm Yulia, and I'm playing Saphira, who is a wood elf moon druid. And I don't remember what we were doing last week, but I'm sure it was very important.
Don't worry.
And I will pass it to Martin. Oh,
hello, I'm Martin. I'm playing Real, it's a Vedalken chronology wizard, currently also sharing his brain with Darklos Rex, but he's just a passenger and you don't have to worry about anything. He's fine.
I don't think so.
Shut up, Darklos. I'm going to pass it to Tom.
Oh, hi everyone, I'm Tom. I'm playing Sway Silver Spear. I'm a changeling and phantom rogue, and I'm sure everything is gonna be okay today. It's Sunday, easy like Sunday morning. Okay, I'm gonna pass it to whom?
To who?
To Mo.
me?
To Mo.
To me? Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks. Hi, my name is Mo.
To Mom.
I am playing Cabal, a Blood Hunter Goliath. We are at the Amber Temple. Kind of memories getting thrown back where I was a ghost here, and surrounded by books. But Sway has a special book in his bag. Or is it in his bag? He wasn't there anymore.
I have nothing.
Oh yeah, he did
Nothing
have
in his
nothing.
bag.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
gone.
And Rill's really not sharing his mind, more like the
Well,
dark.
Real is super sharing everything.
No,
He's a white, open book, you know everything.
Rill's the guest. Anyway, yeah, and I guess I'll pass it back to you, Cisco, or should I just carry on with the announcement?
Yeah, just carry on with the nonsense if you are okay with that, sir, please. Thank
Okay, no worries. So I'll jump straight into the announcements. Anyone that hasn't seen any of our previous episodes for this game, the Dining in Barovia Curse of Strahd campaign, or the Tuesday game, which is our Candlekeep Mystery, the Sealed Pages of Verglar campaign, you can find it on our YouTube channel at Rollers of Fate D&D. Those who want to send us any fan art, you can send it at rollersoffatednd@gmail.com. And we have a Twitter channel, which is at FateDND, where you can catch our up-to-date news about our games and other D&D related news. Finally, this game contains gore and violence and can be quite difficult for viewers, so viewer discretion is advised. Back to you, Cisco.
All right, thank you so much, Mo. And thanks to all of you for being here playing with me today. And also, like always, to everyone who is tuning in at home, please make yourselves comfortable and settle in as we are about to dive into the mist of Ravenloft. With no lord. Actually, let me change the music 1 second quickly. All right. Yeah, this one is better. Okay, this one is slightly louder. Yep, okay. With no lord sitting on the throne, the kingdom of Barovia stands alone. Yet, all is not lost. Even if forgotten, it was never truly tossed. Previously, after a long battle with the Dark Lord of the land, the outsiders ended and entrapped Strahd's souls for eternity in a relic from the past. Inevitably, changes were made to the timeline. The land is now verdant, fey, and free. Yet, the golden star of doom still dominates the night skies day and night. At dawn, inside Castle Ravenloft, our heroes found the last piece of the Heart of Sorrow and Strahd's cursed sword, Gravedigger. Sway was temporarily affected by it, but Real's magical aid resolved the situation promptly. Bloodwick and the crew returned to Felipe the Imp, who remained trapped in there, and Cabal used his psychometric blood magic and saw into the past and revealed how the old king of Barovia ended death and the fiend bounded to him for eternity. In Strahd's Vanzarovich crypt, our heroes re-encounter Anastasia and the other vampire brides. After a short conversation, the fight started. Bloodwick and Sway used mighty and precise moves with their powerful weapons that wounded the vamps gravely. Real almost froze the fleeing spawn with a glacial blast as Cabal executed and controlled the undead corpses like puppets with democratic ancient rites, while Saphira, using the Perkins coolness powers, was shaped into a ferocious owlbear that led to victory. Afterwards, as the rest of the party rested, Bloodwick and Sway heard the whispers of the Bagman returning to their minds. Yet, after planning, the exploration of the castle continued, encountering Strahd's accountant ghost who was returned to the afterlife due to a misunderstanding. That was so odd. I'm sorry, Neil. Once Saphira acquired a magical book of health, the outsiders teleported to the Amber Temple to entrust the Sphere of Bloodwinter and Gravedigger to Neferon the Arcanoloth. Among the whispers of forgotten gods, as the right questions were asked, Sibylna's plot was discovered. The memory gems come from a creature from a far realm, powerful enough to erase or reset a timeline, previously trapped in an obsidian monolith that could belong to the nameless Ghost of Secrets. And our story begins here, actually, as you are in a stone library that has an amber temple walls and high vaulted ceilings, where a fresco depicts angels set ablaze in hell. The dim glow of the magical candelabras illuminate the black marble bookcases that hold hundreds of tomes. Over an embroidered rack, there is a table with chairs where you all sitting together, surrounded by musty smells that linger in the cold air and dark rumors. Neferon just used the scroll of sending to contact the thunder, the raspy voice of Seldritch Rex, the first of Asalin clones, that you all remember from your vision, replies on everyone's mind. Thunder is not here. And as that happens, how do you all react? I leave it to you.
I guess the keys must have done the same thing as me, somehow.
What do you mean he's not there? That's so strange.
I mean, you know, like sometimes I'm not there if Darkros takes over.
Mm.
But it doesn't happen. It happened once. I mean, it's fine. I guess Thunder is less powerful than me, or less. He cannot take control.
Are you sure? I think Thunder is much more powerful than you.
No. He had some.
That's not true.
He
Like, I mean, look at him. Look at Real.
Cabal, you know about the spirits and curses. What do you think is happened to him?
I feel perhaps the same thing that has happened to Will. But I would not think that Exathander is weaker than you. I believe both of you are weak to submit to someone such as Asalin Rex or his counterparts.
Weak.
Maybe
I
Thunder
guess-
was just more curious or more tempted by the power.
Tempted, or was it forced upon him?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I had a choice. I feel that I have a choice still. Maybe he give up the choice for power.
Eventually, you won't have a choice, Rill.
I don't know. I
He
think we're
was.
coming to an agreement.
And what?
I don't know. Xethandek was good-hearted, even though he will not have the whole world destroyed or whatever willingly. I'm sure.
Let me ask you this, Rill. If you begin to disagree with one another, whose choice is going to be followed? Yours?
I mean, sure, of course. I mean, Darkles is a presence, but so far that's all he is. He can occasionally maybe gain some control, but it's just not enough to be of any concern.
And when does it become a concern?
Why are you so sure about it?
I mean, we've been talking, and you know, he understands that we both have to survive for him to survive.
But
What if it stops to be beneficial for him to keep you around?
But it won't stop being beneficial. That's the thing.
But what
You
if?
hear a voice in your mind, Real.
I don't feel comfortable with this conversation.
It's fine. You know, we have to put them at ease.
What if? Well, what is the contingency plan if he takes over? Or are you just going to willingly let him?
No, usually we discuss these things. And, you know.
But I'm putting a hypothetical question here. This person that has invaded your mind, who's trying to tag along on a ride to whatever he's telling you to do. You don't even remember your past, anything before Barovia. Why is that?
There's nothing before Barovia. It was just Barovia. But I mean,
you keep saying that, Rill, but I know that there was something before Barovia because I traveled here. Wait, did we travel here with him? No, we didn't.
No, I came afterwards.
Yeah.
So you met me in Barovia.
That is true. That is true. But you've spoken about him. What about your master? Your training?
Well, my master is somewhere in Barovia. Did you met him? He was here. Remember the short guy?
And all the training that you did with him was in Barovia?
Yeah, of course. That must be it. I mean, he was here. I was here. We were both here.
Do you remember the moment that you met your master?
I mean, it was a long time ago, but you know, vaguely, it's like, you know,
30,
it was a long time ago.
30 days?
I mean, I feel it was longer, but I mean, you know.
I mean, we've only been here for 30 odd days.
You have only been here 30 days.
And how long have you been here for?
I've been here forever.
42 and forever.
I've always been here. What do you mean?
How long has Darkulus been here?
I mean, Darkles, I don't know. That's just before I got the crown, I guess. Not that long.
Will you allow me to defend myself, Real? Lord Tantris.
As I'm just sitting there and looking, I'm just gonna kind of lean towards the girl and go say, if it's really bad and there is nothing else, I can slit your throat if it's okay with you.
What? I mean, no, it's fine. It's I mean, I don't think that would be necessary. Okay. Yeah, no. Maybe you should discuss this, and I will just go around and look at the temple for a while while you discuss.
I mean, you're my friend, so that's why I'm telling you directly, you know? I'm not gonna be talking
it's
behind
fine. I feel that
You're
these kind of
right,
plans I probably shouldn't know because I can have some contingency plans for that. But if you want to discuss that, I'll go and have a look around the temple. There's been some time since we've been here.
Well
Just-
deflected.
I feel that maybe I'll find something that I could use for my spells. Not on the give rooms, but there might be some empty rooms.
You want me to go with you?
That's fine. You should discuss with the others. What you want to do, and I will just get up and start going, looking for an empty room.
All right. Okay. As Real goes, and you are left there for a second, Saphira, you start to think as you hear that voice. You recognize that voice. It's not the first time you hear it. This is the voice of the one who guided you to this land, the one who you agreed to be taken here by him. And you perfectly remember that the last discussion you had with him was that he will ask for a favor in return when he is ready and he needs you. And you know that on your mind as it was only 40 something days ago, and that thought keeps lingering in your mind. How do you feel about that, Saphira?
Well, in hindsight, it wasn't a good idea agreeing to that. Was it the same person that also stole the moonstone?
What happened, as you remember, what happened is that he told you that Strahd had the moonstone, and then you later found out that somehow he organized for the Vistani to take the moonstone and kind of got Strahd involved on it. So he was kind of like in a way, he was the one who made that happen.
Okay.
However, you don't fully have proof of that.
Okay.
Strahd told you. You aren't sure whether it's true or not. And you
Okay.
think to yourself that they are as bad as each other. They both claim they never lie, but these evil creatures lie whenever it's convenient for them.
And that favor that she's meant to owe him, was it just a verbal agreement?
Yeah. As far as you remember, the last thing you asked him, what will I have to do for you? And he said to you, when I need you, I will let you know.
Okay.
And it makes you very unsettled because you think to yourself, if he has possessed Extra Thunder, if he's got a plan, if he wants to stop us in Darkon, what am I gonna do when he asks me? What that my agreement entitles? What happens if I don't follow? And all those things keep turning in your mind as you see Real leaves.
She's just gonna keep that to herself for now.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And Neferon continues.
So, what is your plan next? What are you gonna do?
The problem is... Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay.
I hear you fine, Cabal.
The problem is we need to find this obelisk first. We are thinking that it is in Kresk, because that is where she said she would reside, and her the three old ladies would be there as well.
How uncanny, I've never heard of them before.
You need to get out more often.
Who is gonna protect this thing if I get out?
That is true.
Maybe your companion, real. I feel something on him. A similarity to us. Maybe one day he can take my place for a while. There is more to him. I feel a presence in him. Warming, heartwarming presence. Why is that, Cabal?
Cabal?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Nope. Not now. Yeah, now, yeah.
Yeah, you can? Oh, okay. Sorry,
Yeah,
I don't know. My mic's kind of bugging out. I'll say I question your feelings and your
Judgment.
judgment. Yes, that is the word of things. You spoke about the Whisper One as a good thing, but from what I have heard, that is not the case. So
What do you mean?
let us not get into more of a discussion about that. Rill is an asset right now, but it is a lingering problem too, and is something that we need to resolve at a later time. For now, we have to go to Kresk, find this obelisk, somehow get in contact with the what is that creature called again? Do you know, Sway? The one with the one eye, the Rod. I wish Rill was here. He would have known the name straight away.
I don't know, I'm not very good with names. Oh god.
Someone in Kresk.
No, the Moderon. That is it. That's the word.
Oh, Modron.
Do you know how
Evil
we can?
creatures.
Do you know how we could summon one? Do you have something, a spell of some sort?
To contact those creatures sometimes hard it can be. You will need someone with some kind of
Like you.
celestial
Yeah.
influence. Like me? No, I got nothing to do with the upper planes, unfortunately. Or fortunately. I'm unsure.
Yeah, Cabal is right. You should go out sometimes. I mean, when was the last time you went out? I mean, literally, when was the last time you went out through the door? I'm gonna point out through the main door.
Me?
Yeah, yes, you. Just, you can just take the chair and just sit out. I'm sure it would work.
He starts scratching his head, and you see, like, as he does, you see, like, a few little vermins on his fur that kind of move around and kind of, like, crawl like a tiny fleas or something like that. And he looks around and says,
Isn't it that celestial in Kresk? I remember
The abbot?
one
Oh, yeah.
creature. The abbot. Must be the abbot. Never knew his name. But I know Adeba lives there.
Is the abbot still there?
Yeah, I think he lives there.
But under
you
whose...
remember, Sway, that you saw him not too long ago.
Yeah, actually, I went there with the baby,
But
with the
what...
Strahd.
But what about under what influence will he be now, based on what things that have been changed?
Well, we have to go and see, I guess.
Then that is our next destination. We need the abbot to try to get this Moderon that was summoned before and request it to be as proof in search for this obelisk to show that Sevelna has not been honest and that she has been using this creature to consume memories and using it to destroy, which could destroy all memories, everything.
I might have something to help you, but you're not gonna like it.
There's a lot of things that have helped us that we have not liked. What
Come
have
on,
you-
try it. Try it.
Who wants to be the recipient
What is it
of the
first?
eye that sees it all?
An eye that sees all.
Yes.
Does that sound familiar to any of us? Do we know what it is?
You can make an Arcana check if you want. The ones who are there, or perhaps religion if you want. Any of you.
I will abstain for rolls for about
Religion.
half an hour, and then I'll.
I know exactly what it is.
Then that, what?
If you want us to roll for you, Cabal, a real cool roll for you if you want.
Yeah, yeah,
You
please
just
do.
tell us your
Yeah, yeah.
modifier.
Yeah, just roll Arcana, that's it.
+3.
Nice.
Okay. Natural one, Sway. Roll on your whispers.
Oh
on the
no,
death
I should
table,
have
please.
stayed quiet.
See what happens to you.
Okay, it's,
That's
just D20, eh? I roll.
Just check your character sheet. I think it's a D10, I believe. But check,
Oh, okay,
check. It's
okay,
all
okay.
there. Yeah, I can't remember, so you need to find it.
Hmm.
I put in your character sheet
Hmm.
somewhere.
It's a
Meantime,
D4, okay.
yeah. Meantime, Saphira, you know that these are a very strong arcane item. Is an eye that allows you to actually take visual, like a visual memory of things that happen. It has a limited use of. Roll a d6, Saphira, please. As I'm kind of brainstorming this right now as we go along. But 4 hours a day. So for 4 hours a day, if you have this item within, then you will be able to record, like take a visual memory of what happened, and then whoever is attuned back or connected to that eye afterwards will be able to see, if you will.
What do you mean,
Okay.
insert? Or do we have to replace our eye with that one?
Oh no, you don't need to insert it anywhere. Just need to swallow it.
Oh.
Well, it should
So
be.
as a-
It should be someone who has the most who is most perceptive. If you're saying that it will capture the images of what the user sees, it should be someone that can see quite clearly. I'm not that good at seeing. I believe I may need glasses. I'm getting old as it is.
Perhaps the girl, the druid. You are quite perceptive, aren't you?
Yeah. I guess it would be either myself or Lilith.
Oh yes, the automaton. She's been very quiet.
I don't feel like really. I have nothing to say to you, she says.
Fair enough. I guess that leaves you.
And he looks at you again, Saphira, and he
Give me a second. I'll go and get it.
And he
Okay.
kind of turns around. A couple of scrolls fell from his robes. He picks them up, adjusts his glasses, like the tiny spectacles. His fox fur starts to move really swiftly and follows the same direction where Real went. And that's where we go now, Real. You are walking around. At some point, you encounter green skulls with flames writhing off them like tiny floaties, and you see them get quite close to you, but then they stop
Wait, I'm a friend. I'm with, Neferan.
Yeah, friend. We can see you are friend.
One of them says.
I was looking for maybe an empty room, or do you have any room with no sarcophagus, like it's empty with no creepy gifts that I can just
Of course.
meditate or just.
I have the right room for you. The architect's room.
The other ones
Oh,
laugh
no.
like crazy.
Sure. Please show me the way. And I'm looking around meanwhile to see if I find
You
anything
see
else.
all these like walls of gold, kind of amber. Everything is amber, gold, or black marble. Either one of those three. So the whole floor is marble. The rails and the stairs are golden, and the walls are amber. Kind of dark, but illuminated by little magical globes around, different colors. Some rooms are green, yellow, red. And you keep hearing in your mind all these voices, but they seem to be like blocked away almost. Like you hear for a second, come to me, and then halfway through the conversation, the voice cuts, like something cut it off. So you never really get the whole phrases of these powers
I feel like
as
I
you
should
did before.
Thank you, Darkalos.
They are trying to invade our mind. There is only room for two of us here.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I wanted an empty room.
All right. So, just follow.
And then the skulls keep taking you. And then eventually you end in this room that has a 12-foot tall model of a dark castle with high walls and tall spires. Behind, tucked in a corner, you see some ruined furnishings and a wooden chest.
Does the castle look like Castle Ravenloft?
100%. You see it that the skull starts saying,
This room belonged to Artemis. He made a scale model of the whole castle.
I want to check if it's magical and the actual people is actually there, so I can see what they're doing. Is there any movement?
Make an Arcana check.
It's the Marauder's castle.
Alright, with a 28, you start to focus your arcane eye into this castle. And all of a sudden, you see a tiny figure, just size like minuscule, like a Lego, like the Lego character that it's got like a black tail, and it's kind of like with another very pale character as well, and they are walking around. And then you see that the pale one, he's got like a blonde hair. He pushes him against the wall.
Oh no, I don't want to see this.
Kind of like you see like the kissing, like shirts coming off.
Okay, I'll come back later. I'll just cover it with something. One of those dust sheets, like.
And as well, as you are actually focusing your arcana and all that, you for a second see a glint, like something shines. Make a perception check as you are actually looking into this castle. In the moment you cover it, when you take the cover out, there is a glint just behind it. Okay, you needed a 10. So with a 12, you see that inside it, there is a hidden compartment. And then as you open it, you find a book.
It's not the Book of Secrets.
No, it's a normal looking book. On the cover, it's got the face of an old man that looks like almost like if you would depict a god of the sea. It's got like curly, long beard, kind of like a face. The cover itself is red and shiny, and the pages seems to be of a very high quality.
Is there anything on it, like any writing?
It says as you open it on the very front, Tome of Understanding.
Oh.
I'll give you a little bit of visual for the stream, actually. Yeah, I'll just do this so you guys can see it in big. Yeah, boom, Tome of Understanding.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, and
Yeah.
Don't give it to him! Don't give it to him! He's just gonna make him stronger and more harder to kill.
this is for wisdom, so it's like, nah, it's not going to make me that much powerful.
Ooh, wisdom. Who uses wisdom?
Give it to the druid! Give it to the druid!
You already have like
you
a
see
book that you have to finish.
A tiny bat kind of squeaks, and then as he squeaks, it sounds like druid. Yeah, like a
Druid, cleric, oh no!
This is for you, real, obviously.
But it won't be as beneficial for me than to one of the others. And they keep us up, you know, they usually keep us breathing and they heal us, so...
That greedy druid. She's already got another tome. How many does she want?
She'll feed them all.
Maybe we can exchange it?
Maybe. But you lack a bit of wisdom. Boy.
Are you sure you want me to get more wise?
Of course I want
Oh.
only the best for you.
Anyway,
For
I'll put it away just while we're talking, just so I don't forget it.
And as well, in the same room as you are looking, you see this chest that was described before.
Can I detect magic on it?
Yeah, please go. You cast detect magic, and it doesn't seem to be magical.
Oh, this is... If I die from a little trap, I'm going to be like...
You
Does it
check
have...
for traps if
Does
you
it have... Yeah, check for traps, but does it have a lock first?
It has like a little mechanism, just almost like a little...
So just like a
latch.
hook that...
Yeah, like a
Okay.
latch thing.
So I'll stay 30 foot away and I'll use Mage Hand to try to move the latch to see if it moves.
Right, yeah. As you mage hand it, it takes a second, like it hasn't been open for quite a long time, but then it kind of moves, and then you hold it on place.
And is the hand strong enough to open the chest?
Yeah, sure. It's a wooden chest, so it's not ornate with gold or anything like that. So you slowly open it if you wish to.
Okay, and when it's open, I like slowly.
Okay, where were you looking for before? As you actually, I'll tell you what you find. You find a tiny sarcophagus made of pure diamond and rubies. It's just actually the shape of a sarcophagus, but it's just like a miniature, and it's got so many rubies and diamonds on it that you start to think that this is quite valuable.
Open it.
Yeah. I'm sure there's nothing.
As you open it, there is a golden eye inside with a red iris.
Hello.
The eye moves and looks in your direction. And then you hear footsteps.
Like, put the eye, I close it. I put it in my pocket. And like,
Okay. Out of the sudden, Neferon storms into the room where you are.
What are you doing here?
Just a bit of peace and quiet. You know, there's no whispering.
The skull says, "We got him here."
I'm looking for something. Move out of the way.
Oh,
And he opens the chest where you just.
I'm pretty sure he's looking for this, so I'm just going to get it out. Like, were you looking for this?
Oh, not that. I'm looking. Oh, yes, that holds the eye.
I open it.
And he
What?
takes the eye on his
What
hand.
is that for? What is it?
Oh, it's the eye of all sin.
Okay. Sure. I mean, I wasn't going to take it. I just was keeping it safe because, you know.
Oh, you can keep that stupid box. I never like it anyway.
Oh, okay.
But I'll take the eye.
Is it okay if I stay here for like an hour or so, just to like relax and meditate?
Of course. Yeah, do what you need. Perfect.
I keep making the same point that Darkalos. I'm trying so hard to make them sound different, but it's not really happening. So sorry.
That was not suspicious at all.
Mhm.
I just need to stay here like 1 hour. That's it.
That's my meditation exercise is taken 1 hour. I mean, what can I say?
Yeah, Neferon kind of like move his hand, and then you see that he conjures like a little drink and a little tray of food for you.
Oh, okay.
Simple food, nothing exciting, but just like
Yeah,
plain
sure.
vegetables, like a plain meat of some sort in a sauce, and some wine.
Enjoy then.
Oh, thank you.
I'll go back to your friends. The druid wants the eye.
Oh, sure. That's fantastic. What does the eye do?
Oh, this eye allows you to capture a memory, a long memory, and you can use it as a proof for that upper planes contract thing that you have going.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right.
Is it okay if I use this chest? Like, you don't need it for anything. Can I like change it? And you know, I might want to keep something in there.
He looks at you. He's gonna make some kind of insight check.
It
on
won't
you.
be dangerous. It's just
Oh.
And he doesn't see a lot, so he just like
Sure. Do your thing.
Alright.
Just don't go to the toilet or something weird on it. That's
No,
not what you
no.
need, right?
I will leave it in the corner and I will come back after a while to pick something up. But
all right. And he starts walking and leaves you there, real. We'll come back to you in a second.
Yeah.
And as you are on the other room, all together, you are in this library still, waiting for Neferon. And Lilith looks at you, Bloodwick, and says, "What are you doing, Bloodwick? That's not a toy. Let go of that book." And you see that Bloodwick is kind of like opening the book and throwing it in the air, like doing a pirouette.
Can I throw it at
Hello.
Lilith?
Hey.
I'll throw it at Lilith.
She kind of like puts the hand, like Claudio holds the book in the hand.
Come on, that's not funny. These books cost a lot of money.
Take it out of Lilith's paycheck.
Oh, she's so poor. I don't know. There is no money there.
She said, Claudio says.
Sell one of these
And-
bolts.
My bolts don't really cost that much, you will find out. But, Sway, tell us, what happens to you while this is happening, out of the sudden, Sway, what happens to you when you roll a 2?
Yeah, I start hearing these whispers, and they just kind of, the volume starts increasing, and then I just kind of grab my ears, but no one realizes because they keep talking. It's just kind of, it happens silently, and feels like I feel like I'm screaming, but there is no sound coming, and I cannot hear anything. And all this is happening, like kind of like while Cabal is talking with Neferon, and I'm kind of sitting there on the side. And I'm kind of start holding my ears, as I said, and screaming, but there is no sound, and I cannot hear anything except the voices.
Okay, Safira, you have like a higher passive perception. You can make a perception check if you want.
I would like to. Oh.
Oh no! You feel for a second like if Tatiana
You
was
start
there,
hearing
something-
voices.
Something will happen to you
Wow.
too. But then you feel this hollow space where Tatiana once was. And you still feel her inside you sometimes. It's kind of weird. Even though she's gone, you kind of feel that there is a presence still somewhere very deep, like almost pushed away like tucked away somewhere.
Okay. Do I notice Sway being weird?
With a natural one, you don't. You just look for a second, look past Sway, and then you see this unusual illusion that is happening in there on the room where you are. Kind of like you see one of the book walls seems to be like almost like pulsating and moving in an unusual way. As you look at it, it stops. But then in the moment you don't focus on it, it seems to be again like pulsating, like a snake, kind of like contorting on the wall.
Okay.
After a few minutes, is anything you would like to do or discuss while you're waiting for Nephron? You have a few minutes to discuss if you want. You know he will be gone for a few minutes. Otherwise, we could.
If it's quiet, Saphira's just gonna stand up and kind of pace from one side of the room to the other for a few seconds, and then she's gonna turn to everyone else and say, I think there might be a problem.
What now?
I'm not proud to admit this. Quite ashamed, actually, but I've been tricked coming to Barovia. The Rex, the Exitander Rex from Darkon, he's the one that helped me get here. And I owe him a favor. And I'm not sure how that would work. But I thought it's something everyone should be aware of.
Favor. A favor, you say?
Yes.
Well, if Exentander is now being controlled by one of these shards of Azalin Rex, perhaps Rill and Darkulus might have the answer to what this favor could be. If they are,
Can we really trust them, though? Can we trust Rill at this point?
I mean, I feel like Rill is slowly diminishing. The question is, can we test Darkulus? They all have some motive. He may seem good or helping us for now, but I'm sure that they have alternative motives.
Yes, I agree.
I don't think we can do much until we resolve this hag problem. And I feel like this is going to be a quite difficult road ahead for us.
As you hear in that conversation, Bloodwick, you have been possessed at some point by Strahd, and this kind of brings that memory to you. And you are there talking, listening to them. Do you react in any way to the conversation, knowing that?
I kind of go like not past that, like getting a headache. So I like hold my hands to my head and be like holding my ears, like I don't want to listen to it.
Yeah, and you see that the two of you.
Is everything okay, Bloodwick?
Yes, but it sounds like Strahd's in my head again from hearing you talk.
I am sorry to mention this, but his reign will continue to linger for a little longer in this place. Eventually it will go.
Hopefully soon. I can't take this anymore.
Once he brings the eye, I wouldn't trust any item from this place. It could be cursed, but we would not know. But it may be the only solution that we have for now.
The ghost in your head, Sway, shout louder and louder and louder to a point that you just can't bear it anymore. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Are they just actually... Are they saying something? Would they be saying something? Or is just kind of like overlapping, kind of like the screams, like when they are rolling in a ball around?
Make a perception check before the wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
If you want to try to
Perception.
see if you listen to something.
Oh god, he dropped from the...
Oh wow, 19.
Okay.
You heard separate phrases and words, but one word you hear.
He's near. He's coming. The end is coming. The end of all. The end of all things.
And you hear that from separate voices. The end is near. He's coming. The end of all things.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I wouldn't expect like some positive shouts from the ghosts haunting me, so I guess...
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw.
To see if you resist the urge to scream. Okay. All of you realize that all of a sudden Sway utters this horrendous scream. And then you see that he's covering his ears. And at that point, as you are walking, as Neferon is walking on the corridor, he enters the room as he sees you screaming. And he stands there frozen looking at the situation.
Sway! Sway, snap out of it! I go to him, grab his shoulders and start shaking him. Sway! Look! Hear my voice!
I cannot hear you.
As it's been a minute already, you start to hear it slowly, like the voices keep being lower and lower, and Cabal seems to be higher at this point.
Okay.
Sway! Sway!
Oh god, what was it? What's happening?
You were screaming and holding your ears.
I was not screaming. Why would I be screaming? I just heard these voices. They were all over the place.
I look around to... We all heard you screaming, Sway.
Whatever.
Yes, there is no need to scream. It's only an eye.
And then you see him like he's holding this eye, like moving forward with the eye, golden eye with a pink iris, kind of pointing it towards all of you.
So who is gonna be the recipient of the eye then?
Sorry, are we meant to swallow that?
Yes.
Lilith? Rock, paper, scissors?
I'm sorry, honey, but I don't feel myself at the moment, and I'm not gonna be swallowing things when I don't feel like myself. I'm sorry.
Yeah, don't ask my mistress to swallow an eye. She has enough metal eyes and gears and things.
Who's that? Claudio's not there.
You shouldn't be here.
Damn it, I forgot. Yeah, okay. Let's take that back. Sorry. I've already been speaking with him as I was. Told me before. Damn it. You realize that she has like a puppet that she all of a sudden makes the voice of Claudio, and kind of like when she gets angry, she's kind of like puppeteering a fake Claudio. Just to
Can I do a medicine check on Lilith? Is she okay?
Wow. Yeah, make a medicine check.
I'm
You see
joking.
her acting a bit lost on herself. Neela's gonna kill me. Okay, I'll make a note of the Claudio puppet that she uses sometimes to express her anger.
That is very disturbing.
Yeah. So, he only leaves you, Saphira. Darling, I'm sorry. Lily says.
Yep. Sir, Nephron, how can we be sure that... Is that item cursed?
No, of course not.
Listen,
We have
May I
nothing
ins-
cursed here.
Yeah. May I
will
inspect
help
it,
you.
please?
Of course, you may take an hour getting used to the item, and then you will know what it does. Sure.
Okay.
and she kind of like cradles the eye, like almost like it's a little baby, and he puts it in your hands, like if you allow him.
I think she wanted to
Nice.
insight that.
Yeah. Do an Arcana check,
yeah,
maybe?
yeah, sure. I mean, Arcana won't nothing. Actually, let's do something. Make a religion check.
Okay.
Okay. With a 25 that is super high, as Lilith is there next to you, she starts helping you and says, I don't think you can detect curses with things like this, but I'm not actually sure. I've never really tried. And then as you start to focus your religious studies and things that you have read and heard of from people that you met in your life, you think to yourself, she's right. There is no way to detect if an item is cursed
Okay.
until you attune to it.
Okay. Saphira's gonna glance at Bloodwick and kind of remember all the times he's recklessly made decisions and just kind of think, you know what, I'll just do it. So she's gonna attune to it.
Okay. Do you want to study it first for a little, or you just want to attune to it? To attune to it, you will have to literally swallow it.
Oh, okay, I'll study it first
Okay. Perfect.
and then swallow it.
All right, so you can guys take a little rest, while Saphira is studying the item. Is Bloodwick and Cabal and Sway doing anything specifically, or you just resting with Neferon?
I'll be resting because I've still got a headache.
Okay. All right. So if any of you needs to roll hit die, I'm not sure if very likely you won't need to, but if you need to recover any short rest abilities, you can all do that now.
No.
And I'll leave it to you.
I do not need a short rest. I will go around looking at the books. I'll pick up random ones. I'm assuming they're all blank, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you look at them, you kind of like pick it up. They are blank. However, you find a couple of them who are not blank, that are not blank.
What?
You find a book on Barovia's history, like really old, and it speaks about Barovia being a different place, being a different land, not called Barovia.
Right.
Called Alvenir. Alvenir, yeah. And how it was the most valley of the most undescribed beauty. It speaks about their wine, their amazing crops, how fertile the land is, and how it's a very well-known destination holiday in the Sword Coast.
I'll just
So you actually gather that it used to be somewhere in the Sword Coast before.
No, it is a place in another plane of existence.
Yeah, that's where you come from. As you keep reading and stuff, you see that this place was somewhere between Baldur's Gate and Trollbark Forest. It doesn't specify the location itself, but you see it was somewhere there in between. And these places are places that Cabal is very familiar with. It's not far from Dagenford. A week travel, something like that, or more.
Is the spell plague a common knowledge?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Does it sound like the spell plague is the reason that this place, does the kind of the date of its existence turn into Barovia around the kind of the same time?
You see that this is much before.
Okay,
You are
so-
talking about thousand something years. You know, the spell plague was like 150 years ago, roughly, or something like that. If the DM is remembering correctly, I think it was.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, I'll just put the book back and just be like.
But what it strikes you as you put it back, one of the last things you read, it was that when King Barov and his army attacked Barovia, or the place that was called Alvenir, they were there to conquer it. So they never really had a chance. Like, they had no army, nothing comparable to the army of the Bonzarovich family. And they were just completely subdued and dominated. And this is the last part of the book that is a bit sadder.
So the Barovian family came and took over.
Yeah.
And now there is no Barovians anymore. Well, there's no.
Yeah, I mean, you know that Barovia is called Barovia because King Barov and Queen Ravenovia that you read in Castle Ravenloft, so that kind of makes sense. So
Fair enough. I'll just be like, oh yeah. After that, I'll just sit down and just wait for everyone to kind of converge and see how Saphira is doing. As she watches the eye for an hour, thinking about how to swallow this metallic thing.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, and I feel Sway is feeling kind of exhausted after even the minute of the rubble in his head, so he's just gonna kind of lay on the bench and rest meantime.
Okay, perfect. And then we move back to the room. Real, what are you doing for this hour? As your friends are taking a rest.
I'm trying to
and you are
modify the box to incorporate what I needed to do. Trying to like attach it to the inside, so it increases the value of the chest itself.
You see, making a vault. She's making a.
And then, if I believe that is worked, I will cast a spell.
Yeah. As you are modifying and doing the things, you make an Arcana check to ascertain if you think it works. Oh yeah, you are certain that this is definitely working.
Okay. I'll bring out a knife and start working on the spell for an hour.
Okay. What do you actually do? I know, I'm sorry, I don't want to put you in the spot. Tell me if this is a bit too much, but what kind of ritual do you perform? If you...
Oh, just see like me cutting a bit of my flesh.
Whoa. Okay. If surprisingly, it doesn't feel as painful as it used to. It's kind of like not.
To be honest, this is the first time I've done this, so I'm not sure how it would feel before, but it does hurt.
Mean, you've been stabbed before, you know, so this feels painful, but not as painful as it should do. Let's put it out.
Okay. So once I put it in, then the spell. It's a ritual that takes an hour.
Okay. All right. So while all of you are,
and at the end, I will just lock it and to hide it behind there in the corner. Leave a note saying "Do not open."
Okay. You see that if you wanted to actually put it in a place that is safe, you could put it where the tomb was that you just found. There is like a secret compartment. Yeah. It's kind of like a fake table side, you know, like there is like a fake compartment, you know.
I'll put it in there.
Like it wouldn't. Yeah. It kind of clicks into place, and then it completely locks again, and it seems to be not bad.
And then I will like bandage my leg and like try not to be too obvious.
All right. Do you intend to return to your friends?
Yeah, once I finish, I'll go
Alright.
back.
Okay, so another hour passes in total, so it will be 2 hours, right?
I only need 1 hour plus
Okay.
whatever it took me to change the chest.
All right, so let's say an hour and a half then in total, something like that. Awesome. Okay, and you feel like everything is done, and you make your way once you've finished. And as you enter the room, you see Saphira holding the eye, Sway looking quite tired, and as always, Bloodwick arguing with Lilith, and Lilith with this weird puppet thing that she just made, like looks like a red apple with few sticks and wings on it, and she's there talking with Cabal as well. That is reading. Just you see Cabal putting a book back in the shelf. And
Oh, you're back.
Yeah. What did I miss?
The question is, what did we miss?
I mean, I don't know. I was in a room. I found this eye, but I think you were going. This was for you.
It appears it is, yeah.
Yeah.
What else did you find?
Oh, I found one of these. Well, it's Nephrons here. I say I found like a copy of the Castle of Ravenloft. It was really well made, and yeah, I think it was magical because I thought I saw scratch and Anyway, no, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it was really cool. But yeah, I spent some time, to myself, and now I'm back.
Can I insight check that, see if he's hiding anything?
sure, please.
I'm hiding so many things.
Oh, she sees all.
22.
Yeah. What you revealed to Saphira? What were you looking for exactly?
No, she knows I'm lying. I'm not revealing anything. She knows I'm not revealing everything. Right? I did. She noticed that I changed my tune when I noticed that Nephron was there, so I wanted to tell her something else.
Okay.
Plus, I'm hiding something else. So you notice that I wanted to tell you something, but I'm also hiding something.
Full of secrets.
And with that insight, I guess you see me slightly. My steps are a bit forced, so like I have slight pain when I walk.
Okay. Because Nephron is there, she'll just keep quiet for now. But she will remember.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Go ahead, Kaba.
Oh, it is. Are you ready now, Saphira?
Yes, I am.
All right. As you have been focusing in this eye for an hour now, you start to see different properties that it possesses. I'll type it off for you, so don't worry too much at this point now. But basically, it has a few properties. As mentioned by Nephron, you can actually use it to cast a slightly different version of Arcane Eye, and then once it's activated, you will have a invisible eye that hovers around you, 30 feet away from you, but this time this has to stay 30 feet from you. While you have the eye on, you can see invisible creatures and things. It's not a fully blind sight, but it's got like a special senses. You also have advantage on perception checks while that's happening. And then if you choose, you can record that hour. You can cast this 4 times a day. So you could use it to actually take a memory footage of that will be recorded on the eye. And
then in the morning, the day after, she pulls it, and then someone else can use it?
Well, you will see when it happens. It's called Eye of All Seen. Also, you can use once per day. You can cast a scrying using the eye with no material component as well.
Ooh, okay.
And that's what you get. And while you're trying to concentrate on the eye, at some point, Neferon starts telling this story that he kind of like, while he's telling the story, he kind of falls asleep, you know, like one of those situations, like he starts slowing down, and you see that he falls asleep on the sofa.
Usher everyone close so we can speak without him hearing.
Him who?
Neferon.
Oh, okay.
So.
Yes.
But I mean, we could go to another room, you know. I'm sure he has things to do.
Alright. You've been around this place. Take us to another room.
You remember Cabal as well. You were here going through walls on Ethereum 4 last time.
Yeah, we can go upstairs. There is his room where there was some beds.
Yeah, you could. I mean, that's kind of like close to where you are. So you know there is like a secret door in the place where you are. That is right in the corner. And once you open there, there is like a dormitory there. That is where you found Cabal, a broken phylactery before around there, and there was like some people, and there is a place that you could actually sleep, like a dormitory.
Yeah, we can just tell him we are going to rest for a while, and
he's gone to sleep anyway. No point disturbing him.
You see him.
Oh, okay. Let's go.
Can I actually go see if the phylactery is still there?
Yeah, as you go there, what you actually find, you will have to go ethereal to enter this place again.
Sure, I'll do it.
As you know. Yeah. And you actually enter this place, but this time you see that the phylactery is not broken or anything. So you gather that this is someone's phylactery. You knew last time it was Exe Thunder, and you gather it's probably Exe Thunder still, but it's not broken now.
Okay. I'll come back and go into that study room where everyone was in. I mean, into the room with the beds.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, and you find a simple bedroom, nothing really out of the ordinary, like old beds, kind of like made out of hay, very simple. The room decoration is different. There is no amber nor marble or gold in this. It's just like a wooden room, and it's kind of like constructed. It seems like it's been constructed afterwards somehow. And you have like a few table, chairs, and beds and stuff. You see a random rat on the corner going into a hall at some point when you enter the room. But that's it.
Can I kill it?
Make a dexterity check to see if you are faster than the rat.
I'm hungry.
What? Don't eat that.
Okay, the rat got a 7. Are you okay to roll now?
Yeah.
Or you roll for you?
Yeah, no, okay. I can roll. A dexterity check?
Yeah. Let's say that she's got a +1.
Easy.
Dex.
Oh.
Oh no!
You see Cabal like wow with this huge spear, kind of like poof, kind of throws it and tries to impale this rat, but the rat on the last second he just gets braced, cut on the tail a tiny bit, but it goes into a hole. Can you speak to animals straight away, Zafira, or do you a small animal as a wood elf? No.
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 Unless I think I cast it.
No, okay, cool. Alright, so you just hear like a squeak, 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 and the rat, huge squeak, and then the spear gets impaled on the corner of the wall.
Oh no, what a shame, Cabal, Saphira says with a smile on her face.
I'm hungry. I'll just put my hand in and pull out rations and just start chewing on that.
All right. Yeah, they are a little bit dry out, but then they are edible, nice enough.
I grind them with my mouth open, just showing how disgusting it is, and just eat it. And then I'll just be like, so we have to find the abbot in Kresk. Once we get there,
Okay.
hopefully he can summon the Moderon. And once we summon the Moderon, we can show him
I'm
footage.
thinking maybe once Lilith feels better, she might be able to do that as well, or help at least.
She nods.
But sure, I think Neferon might be able to teleport us there if he knows the area. Do we have any items from there? Wait a minute. Let me check, because I might have something if I didn't give it to him.
The gift? You already gave that.
Yeah, you get.
Yeah, but did I take it back after he kind
Actually, make a fate roll, unless if you find it, then let's say you have it. If you don't, you can fate roll to see. Sway.
Yeah, I have a trinket for Sirius Bellevue.
Yeah, okay. So you have an item from.
I bring it out, and it's this horrible trinket made of bones. It's like a bird skull. And see,
yeah,
I have it.
Guys,
I gave it to that Cyrus, but then after he, fucked us over, I took it back. So this was made in the Abbey, I guess. So it would take us there if we use it with a teleportation circle. With a teleport spell. Now I can cast a teleport spell, but if Neferon can cast it as well, maybe I can save the spell. But we can do that. It will take us straight to the Abbey.
This eye that you have, Saphira, do you think it will allow us to see what you see, in the sense, once you have captured the image, will it present it to us?
You think to yourself, Saphira, yes. Yeah.
Yes, I think it will be possible as long as I capture what I'm seeing.
Yeah, it has to be you willing. That's part of the attunement thing, so you can actually project the image into other creatures. They can see if they want.
Yep.
So perhaps we do not need to go to the abbot straight away. Perhaps we could let him know that it is required to summon this Moderon only after we've seeked out these Cybelna and the witches and this obelisk. I think the obelisk is the key. But where in Crest would it be?
I don't know, we don't really know Crest as well. Maybe the church would be big enough to be inside there, but I don't know if there are any other buildings in the city itself.
The obelisk that we found under the asylum was underground. Do any of you remember if there was a well of some sort in Kresk as well?
I mean, there was that kind of fountain, but it was, remember where Sergei was, but that was just like a spring, right? I don't know if that's deep enough.
You can make a history check, whoever of you were the last couple of days. There was a lot of conversations. Sybillna told you kind of like a bunch of things regarding Kresk. So all of you can make a history or intelligence plus proficiency if you're not proficient in history.
There's also a church, right, for the for Shar.
Yeah. Okay. And I'll tell you what you guys remember as the rolls. Oh wow. Okay. Amazing. Okay. You can roll as well, Bloodwick and Saphira, if you guys and you
intelligence plus
intelligence
proficiency.
plus proficiency, or if you are proficient in history, just history, whichever one.
As I said, I snoozed off, but once I heard the sound of Cabal throwing and the spear impaling into the corner and making some noise, I kind of jumped out straight away.
Perfect. And as you do that, Sway, what did you roll, or you are okay? You are too
No.
sleepy, let's say, if you want.
No. What was it? What was it?
History or intelligence plus proficiency?
Okay. I mean, at this point, I was just waiting for you guys to finish, but I just kind of didn't want to jump in. But yeah, I was already kind of like for a minute awake. What was it? Sorry.
History or intelligence plus proficiency?
History should be.
I think you're
proficient. Yeah, history is fine.
Perfect. Okay. So, starting by you, Cabal and Sway, you both remember possible places that it could be. You remember the cave where the werewolves were, the werewolves den. You know that the cave of the werewolves den is where the three old ladies reside as their own house, but they have a business shop in Kresk as well. The shop in Kresk is next to the shrine of Shar, that it used to be the old shrine of Morning Lord, that is where the pool that you are talking about was. And there is a vault where all the treasure of Kresk was kept, and that's where the simulacrum of Strahd stole it from. Then you think as well there is the Abios of Markovia, that is a huge place, but you are not sure what is the relationship between the abbots and these three old ladies. But it could be very likely to be one of those locations. If you find it hard to be the shrine, because you never know, but that could be the most three places that could be. Either the shrine, the Abios of Markovia, or the cave that used to belong to the werewolves, that now is where the three hags live. So you think to yourselves, with a 25 history reel, just rolling on a high roll, you will think that if you wanted to put something that you really want to protect, you will want to guard it. And the best way to guard something is to make it in a place where you are there often. So it could either be next to the shop or next to their house. For sure. And that's all you get.
Yeah, I'll say that. That's it. My vote would be with the cave, but it could be next to the shop. They keep an eye on it all the time. There's at least one of them always close by.
What is the more obvious place to choose? The shop?
I mean, I imagine the cave is more secluded because people don't usually go there. And the shrine, people, I don't know how popular it is, but maybe people will go to the shrine, so they might see something that shouldn't be there. Or maybe, I don't know. I imagine the cave would be more secret. I don't know if these hags are secretive or they like to flaunt it and put it right in front of everybody and laugh at them. Either way, I don't know.
Perhaps... Could you... I looked at Saphira. Could you perhaps try to spy on one of the old ladies?
I was just thinking about that. Do I know anything about them?
In terms of meeting them, you have never met them, as far as you remember, because that memory has changed from your old timeline, so you've actually never seen them. All you know is that there are three old ladies. Simple. There is no more information.
Okay.
What time is it right now?
Around past, like late afternoon, like getting into 3 o'clock.
What time do you feel like they shut the store or close down for the evening? They would probably take those memory stones that they've collected and give it to the obelisk for it to consume. Should we wait a few hours before we perhaps spy on Sibylna? We know that she's in this as well.
Yeah, we could possibly do that. I think it might be a bit more difficult with the 3 old ladies because I don't know them. But I've met Sibylna. So maybe we can wait a few hours and do that.
Alright. Alright. Perhaps we wait for Nephron to wake up and then request him to teleport us there. Let's wait for another 3 hours, giving a good time for them to settle their business and then scry on them. From there we can make a judgment call to where we need to go once we teleport there.
Lilith will mention, why don't we go there and have a look? I mean, we don't know them, but if we went there to meet them, maybe then we will know them afterward. We could wake
What we
up
need
the
to know
fox.
is, will they know us if we never met them?
I'm not sure. I mean, I don't know, but I guess
Maybe Sibylla
if we
told
don't
them
know
about
them,
us.
maybe they don't know either. But yeah, like you said, we're kind of easy to recognize. That's the problem, though.
Oh,
Does
I found a
anyone-
book.
Huh?
I found a book. I get the book out.
You see this tome as described with a red cover.
Apparently, if
That
you
looks
read
like a
it,
good book.
it will make you wise. Or wiser, I guess.
Wisdom is a good thing to have, I say.
Is it? I mean, I favor other things, but I guess. Good.
When you say I, are you talking about Rill or Darkulus?
I feel I'm probably talking for both of us in this case. We
I'll
both.
say, I feel your friend has a problem with me. We might need to suffocate him while he's sleeping.
No, don't stop it. No, it's fine. It's, we're all friends here. So yeah, the book. I guess, Lilith or Saphira could probably benefit most from it.
Is the book similar to the one that Saphira found before,
Yeah, it's just that affects a different
but the effects are different?
effect. Yeah.
I'm wise enough. I don't need it for now. I'll think about it, Lilith says.
I mean, if you think about it, it will be too late because once Saphira starts reading, she won't finish.
She needs it more than me, I think.
Wow.
She will say, and put like, I imagine Lilith actually saying that for me, and a smile with a quirky smile.
This is super passive aggressive.
Yeah,
She needs it more.
How about you think about it, Lilith? Maybe for a few days and we can decide after.
Anyway, I don't tell Nephron because I'm not sure. Maybe it's his, but I don't think it's his because I don't know. He doesn't look very wise. But maybe because I don't know. He's been here for a long time, so maybe he read it and then he waited for it to recharge and he was going to read it again, but he forgot. I don't know.
Sorry.
So yeah, how do you have it?
Right?
You can decide who reads it. I'll give it to Saphira for now.
Alright,
Out
so-
of game, I just thought maybe we should wait for Neil to come back just so we can
I know,
talk
I
about
know.
it.
I know, but
that's
at
why
least you put in
Yeah.
your inventory, so you know that
yeah,
you
can,
have it.
you can actually find it. This is at D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
I added the other one to your character sheet. So
I
if you look
saw
in
it, thank you.
yeah, if you look in D&D Beyond, you can find it.
Just
Tome
give her,
of Understanding.
just give her all the tomes.
Yes.
Yeah,
exactly.
the keeper
For
of tomes. That's gonna be Saphira. Actually, Saphira, one question: do you consume the eye to attune to it?
I mean, I had questions. How big is that eye?
It's like a normal size eye. It's just the same size as your eye, but it's made out of gold.
I
I don't know.
Then
guess
the-
like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
golden
it is-
snake.
Pinch your nose and just swallow, it'll be fine.
Imagine a ping pong ball made out of gold, and then the iris is just pink, and there is no white part.
But just go all the way. Don't hesitate or it might get stuck, in the middle. You just have to go for it.
Can't do it. I can't even swallow tablets in real life. Thinking about that is just
Same. Okay, so since we're
Maybe
gonna
we
wait
should,
for a
like,
few hours,
maybe
she's gonna
rabbit
warp
with.
shape into something very large and then just
Yeah.
swallow it that way.
it's so much better. Good idea.
All right. Make a wisdom saving throw actually to see if you manage to do it, because there is like a part of you that is fighting, even if you won't do it. Oh wow. You do. Kind of like you see Saphira like trying to stop it, but then boom, she just swallows the eye. And as she swallows the eye, make a Constitution saving throw, Saphira.
Oh.
That's the first thing that happens.
Okay.
It was the eye of Vecna, and now your eye will just.
Okay. With a 22, two things happen. First, you all see that you don't see Saphira. It's not painful at all. Your real eye kind of collapses back into the socket and is replaced by the golden one.
Ooh. Okay.
So now you have a golden eye with a pink iris. And then your one, you manage not to swallow it. So you actually gulp, and the eye, your whole eye, is in your mouth at the moment.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Spit it out.
Yeah,
Look,
you
it's
see
your
like
eye. Watch out! No.
blood everywhere. Like it's like the whole thing, So it's like the whole
Oh.
visual cord. I can't remember how it's called.
Is it
The
detached?
optical
Nerve.
nerve. Yeah, it's the whole thing. Like it looks like a jellyfish at the end. Yeah.
I am so sorry. She kind of turns her back on everyone.
I mean, what's going to happen? You can't take it off. Can you take it off? What? I mean,
That's
do
disgusting.
you need to like keep the old one so you can swallow it to get the what?
Lilith, look at the eye. I think you should do this, and she casts gentle repose on the eye straight away in your eye.
Oh no! We need maybe like a jar with some kind of formaldehyde or something. I'm sure they have some.
Actually, in the room where you are, you see
no.
that there is some empty vials, like old dried out potions and jars and things like that in the corner. Like there is like a little kitchenette there, and then in there is
Sure.
like a little vial. There is different sizes, so one of them could fit.
I'll get
for
a big
your eye.
enough. I will have some prestidigitation to like clean it inside and out, and like maybe
Thank you.
we just need something to preserve it, like some liquid. But I don't know. I'm sure Nephron will have something. He must have a lab or something.
Yeah. Did your spell, Lilith, help? Is my eye gonna be okay?
Oh yeah, for 10 days. You will have to remind me. As long as I do this every 10 days, it will not rot. But I think Real is right. We should get some. I'm not sure the name of the liquid, but I remember Vania used to use it to preserve the flesh prosthetics that I have. I think it's chloroform. I'm not sure actually.
I mean,
Don't think so.
Yeah, I think that sends you to sleep.
Put the eye to
Lily
sleep.
scratches her gear once more.
I think formaldehyde is to preserve.
Hydrophone.
Okay.
How do you feel?
It feels a bit strange, but yeah. I think everything is clearer out of my right eye. And it kind of moves in a strange way, like...
Yeah, definitely. I was gonna tell you that it moves like a chameleon. So at some point you are talking to Cabal, and you are actually your eyes on the opposite direction, looking at Sway, like like they are both completely, and it moves on its own, almost, So when you hear sound, it seems like the eye moves, like
How does it look?
In terms of look, it looks. I mean, up to you. It looks. I would think it looks very awesome. Lilith will say that it looks nice because she's a Warforged, so she will say, "Oh wow, that looks much better than the old one." But that's Lilith's point of view.
Honestly,
Does it feel like it's cursed? I feel like it,
honestly, I'm still thinking about you spitting out your old eye. It's but yes, it looks it looks it looks okay. Yes.
Can you see how many fingers?
Yes.
Oh.
It was 3, right?
Oh yeah, sure, yeah, of course it was. Yes.
Without having to make any perception or anything, Saphira, only you hear steps approaching.
I imagine that eye just moving like Moody's eye in Harry Potter, just towards every kind of noise.
Yeah, it kind of just does like a bionic eye, like moves back for a second.
Someone's coming.
Oh.
Okay.
You look at Saphira, and her whole eye is gold, but you don't see the pink iris anymore. And you, Saphira, you see the back, like you're seeing through your own head, and you see the back wall and the door. So the eye just rotated inwards, and you know it's got a vision that it allows you to do that. So you just see behind as the door opens, and you see Neferon there.
Sleeping time. I'm sorry. I was telling the story. Let me continue.
And he kind of sits down and just keeps going with the same story. Like he was
No.
Let me start from the beginning.
No, Neferon, wait. Do you have the capability of teleporting us? I believe we are ready to go.
I can give you a scroll of teleportation if you want.
Oh, sure.
I have one. I think
Just
around.
Inside check. Does he only have one, or does he have like a ton of them, and then he only wants to give us
make an
one?
inside check.
I will ask him for another one in case we have to return.
With a 4,
Oh
it
no.
seems quite hard to read.
I say, oh, shame, because we might have to come back. I have to, maybe if we find something about Alexander.
Make a persuasion check if you want.
And we probably have to return the eye as well, so it would be helpful.
I don't think you can return
with
that.
advantage. As she says that.
Let me see. Persuasion.
My God.
Wow.
I'd
No.
love to give you another one, but I don't think I have any. But yes, you do need to return the eye. At some point.
It might be
does
a bit
that work?
difficult, but
Who was the last person that used the eye?
Oh, this is a relic from the whispered god of secrets, of course.
oh no.
And you
So
failed.
how is she supposed to return it? It's inside her eye. Like, look, it's inside her head.
I can pull her out.
And you see like
But-
he gets his paws.
No.
No.
What if you pull that one out? How are you going to put the real one in? Look, it's in that pile.
That's not my problem, is it? I help you. That's what you wanted, right? Now you're not happy.
Yeah. Do you happen to have any kind of chemical we could put inside this jar just to keep the eye nice and fresh?
I mean,
Wine.
Is it
She wants
wine
to
and
use
acidic?
White wine?
Perhaps.
Yep.
But I don't think you need to worry about that, Saphira. Lilith had the capability of fixing my bones. Perhaps she can just grow you a new eye.
You still will have to take that one out first, I think.
Neferon focus on the bottle where you have your eye, and he says,
You have such a beautiful nerve optical.
Thank you.
How many have you seen in your experience? I mean,
Oh, it's a known material component for some of the spells. Yeah, I've seen a few.
You didn't answer my question though. Who was the last person that used this?
I'm not sure.
You or Exathander never used it before?
No, not us. I never need it. I'm so powerful. Why will I need that?
But did Strahd ever come questioning about this?
We don't talk to Strahd here. He's not a friend.
What
Or
about-
welcome here. No.
So no one has ever asked about this before?
Not that I know.
Very well. Perhaps lead with the question, with the knowledge of who this relic belonged to first.
I mean, do you have any other relics that belong to these God of Secrets?
Oh no. Definitely not.
Insight check.
Do you know if they exist?
Perhaps-
If other relics exist?
Perhaps a foot or a hand or something.
He
Definitely.
says
Oh, I don't have any knowledge of their existence.
he's lying, Safira.
You're lying. Tell us the truth.
Oh, for disclaimer, don't have to answer any of your questions if I don't want to.
That's true, but we would really appreciate it. You've helped us so much already.
Make a persuasion check.
Yeah, please roll better than me.
Oh.
I mean, you can
Father,
roll any worse. The 4 and a 2. Look.
I wish I could help you more. Get me news of Exathander, and I will try my best to help you more.
Is there a way we can communicate with you if we're not here? Do you have any scrolls for that? If we
Sure.
do find... Yeah, okay.
I can find a scroll of sending as well, if you need.
I look at everyone else.
Or maybe
Do you?
sand in stone. We can use it every day, once a day.
I don't have any of those.
I mean, you should invest. You know,
Make a persuasion check, Rio.
it's up cheaper.
Come on,
That's-
Will.
I mean, I can't do it. Persuasion. It's like it's not my thing.
Does anyone have charisma? Ooh, nice.
Oh, okay. Maybe I can a little bit.
Maybe I can find a stone of sending. But you must promise you will keep me up to date with any news regarding Exathander.
Sure, of course. That's the whole point. I mean, and if I had another scroll of teleportation, I could bring back Exathander when I find him. But you know, you don't only have one.
When you find him, I'm sure he can teleport you here.
I mean, you remember last time we saw him, he forgot all his magic.
You got a point.
How do
Well-
you remember Exathander? Do you remember
What
what
do
he
you
looks
mean?
Or do you remember what he looks like?
Yeah. He's blonde, wispy hair,
Still
handsome,
still alive.
thin.
Still alive.
I beg your pardon.
No
He's always
skeletons.
been alive.
No broken bone, skeleton.
No.
Very well.
And you think to yourself that this is the description that he had when he was looking like a normal human in Demon Liu, but he wasn't looking like that before, so it's kind of weird that he's describing that
Yeah.
version of Exathander.
I was going to mention the phylactery, but I'm not going to anymore because I feel like he doesn't know much. He may not know that he was a lich. So moving from that, we'll just be like, alright, we've got the scrolls. Should we head to Cress?
Do we do it today or tomorrow?
I mean, we should go there.
Sure. We can talk to the abbot, I guess, and see what's up.
And perhaps maybe...
Neferon goes while you are talking.
I'll go to get the scrolls.
Okay.
And he just leaves.
Perhaps it might be a good idea to maybe do a reconnaissance mission to find out who these old ladies are, what they do, where they go.
Yep.
All right.
All right. After a few minutes, he comes back with a scroll of teleport and one purple stone, like a dark purple stone of sending.
This one is not attuned. It doesn't have a pair. So you can use sending with whoever you want.
Oh, well.
Once per day.
I feel that's broken, but sure.
No attunement. What do you mean it's broken?
He just takes it and starts looking.
No, I mean it's supposed to be two. It's supposed to be a pair, but if it works, I guess it's
Are
fine.
you complaining it's too good for you?
No, I will put it in my pocket. Like, no, it's fine. It's like, thank you. You're amazing. Did I tell you that your fur looks amazing? It's like, wow.
Yeah.
Have you been doing something like some oils or something?
Oh, it's all natural.
Oh, wow. Yeah, well, it's amazing. It's really good.
I try not to wash it too much. That helps.
I mean, okay, but maybe a little bit of, occasionally, like, every once a month at least, like.
Oh yeah, I definitely do that.
Oh, okay.
And you, as he's having this conversation, they kind of justify why he smells like ranks of fox. I don't know if you ever smell like a fox really close, but they have this kind of like strong pissy kind of smell, like a ferret. So that's kind of this.
Well, thank you for your help.
Thank you.
We'll keep in touch. Yeah.
Look forward to hearing news from you.
If you don't hear from us, consider us dead.
Well, I mean, wait for a couple of days because sometimes I forget, I lose track of time, and if it's too late, I don't want to call, and then I call the next morning, but then I forget again, and then it's maybe afternoon. So just, wait a couple of days before thinking that we're dead.
All right. I doubt it. You are a strong team. I'm sure you will be all right.
All right.
I love the eye on you, I have to say.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm sure it will be very helpful.
It breaks this nature thing that you have going. How boring. Now you look artificial. Nice.
It's the worst, but thank you.
All right. Farewell. And keep in touch. And please make your way out whenever you're ready. I have some things to attend to.
Okay. So say bye to the skulls. They were very helpful.
You hear like a cackle in the background. Bye.
Oh no.
All right, and you are left there as the door opens. You see the skulls. They just take a peek. You see, like now there is like 7 of them. They all take a peek, and a few left.
No fireballs. No, don't do it. No.
You should just stay there for like a half day, just chilling.
You hear a scream coming from the lower floor, and a cackle. You hear like smell, physically smell burnt flesh.
Oh,
so
no.
you gather that someone has entered the temple.
Poor adventurer.
Bloodwick, Sway, do you feel any better? You've been quiet.
Yeah, I feel good. I was thinking like eating the eye you chucked away, but
Please don't.
Don't eat her
Uh-oh.
eye, please.
I'm sure we can find other eyes you can eat. So just please stay away from mine.
Bloodwig, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it with the Monger Fog and the Crest.
They're a bit
You can
creepy,
have.
but they usually mean well.
Yeah, you're gonna like it because you.
Okay, so are we ready to go? Is there anything else here that you guys want to check?
No, I think.
You didn't tell us about the phylactery, so we don't know it's there, right?
Oh no, I would have told you. Yeah.
Should we take it?
Is it big?
In terms of carrying it, it will be kind of challenging to carry.
Mm.
Do we have a bag of holding?
I think it's
Yeah.
too big for the. How big is?
Yeah, I mean, it will fit through the mouth, the 2 feet mouth of the bag of holding. However, you sense that it's quite delicate. So this could be something that if you had any kind of weapon in the bag of holding, it could easily be broken.
I don't have any weapons there.
Can we tell if he's active, like if he's actually a phylactery, like if he's magical,
Make an Arcana
if
check.
if there is, because that.
With a 14, you aren't sure, but you do detect arcane magic coming from it. You could assume whichever one.
I mean, if he's here and we kill Exethander, then Exethander will come here.
But will it only
So-
be Exethander or will it be?
I don't know. I hope so. So maybe we shouldn't break it. But we don't. Maybe I don't know how it will work. We'll have to like do some researching, I guess. Because Exethander will definitely come here. I think his soul will come here, and then he will make a new body or something.
Hmm.
I don't know if his passenger will come with him.
Does the passenger also have a soul?
I'm just like looking like, do you have a soul? What? I probably, right?
Of course I have a soul.
Of
I
course he has a
only
soul.
have a soul.
Yes, I think so. I'm quite positive that there's 2 souls in that body.
Well, I have a body as well.
You have a body?
Of
Where is your body?
course.
Where is it? Is
The
it like the
one
original?
where you are.
Oh, no, I mean your own body. Like, what happened to the original Prex? Asolin?
That's a long story.
Is it still available? Is it something that you might be able to inhabit?
Maybe one day. If we complete the mission, perhaps.
Yeah, there's two souls, and if he made this one, this expanded soul will come back here. I don't know about the other soul.
You've studied Exethander's book, Dairo, correct?
I mean, technically, like, kind of, I had his spell book and kind of absorbed it. So, I mean,
Then did you
Yeah.
have you created a phylactery as well?
I think that's different. That's more like to do with lichdom, and there is certain rituals which are a bit too extreme even for me, so I haven't. To be honest, I don't know the exact how to do it. I know the theory that you have to murder a few people and things like that,
But would you?
but I don't actually. No, I don't need to. I mean, we have other ways of doing the same thing. The phylactery just give you more power, maybe, or it makes you harder to kill, I guess. But there are other ways that I can do that without killing people.
Boring.
Shut up. No, not you, Cabal. I was talking to someone else.
Well, rather than talking to someone else, perhaps you should read that scroll and take us to Kresk now.
Okay. Sure. I'll grab the creepy doll, and then I concentrate on. I mean, I've been there as well, so I'll try to be just outside next to the well. There was a well.
The shrine, yeah.
In the abbey, where the abbey is.
Okay, you wanna go, yeah? Where the next to the around there, you know the shrine of Shar is on the way to San Marcovia's Abbey.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
no, I want to go straight to San Marcovia's Abbey.
Okay, so you could go to the Rabbit Garden. You remember that being there? You could.
I know
go
inside
to
the abbey.
well.
Yeah,
like
next to the well.
The well where the creature was hidden in.
Yeah, so not that close, but I would tell everybody there was a creature in the world before, and it attacked us. So.
Yeah, you remember there was some creature with wings, like a bat wings.
So maybe we should just outside the door, maybe, before we enter.
Okay, amazing. And as you focus on this place, all of you slowly become translucent as you one by one starts being absorbed into this spell casting as all these runes start to shine, the room itself illuminates, and then it gets completely dark. And I think that's a good place to go and break. So don't go anywhere. We'll take a little 10 here, and then we will return as the heroes get to Kresk finally and see what shenanigans go there. Thanks for being here and for watching us, and we'll see you soon.
See you in a bit.
Great.
See you soon.
All right, thank you for being here once more. Welcome back. Explore the Abbey of San Markovia. Yay! All right. So as you guys, let's change the music to this one. As you guys teleport, as I describe, your form starts to become translucent, light radiates, everything goes dark, and then everything goes bright again. However, it doesn't go as bright as you think, and it's around 5 o'clock in the evening at this point. And as you arrive, the first thing you see is that the sun is slightly cloudy. The weather is very cold compared to where you were, even colder now. Actually, not colder than the Amber Temple, but it's still kind of colder. And as you look around, you see these walls, you see a thick fog that fills the courtyard and swirls, like it's eager to escape. It's windy here a little bit. And you see that the courtyard is surrounded by 15-foot high curtain walls. In each of them, you see guards with their backs at you. And you remember that these guards are not real guards. They are scarecrows dressed up as guards. And then you see that also a wooden door that enters the abbey inside. Then you see in the center of the courtyard, there is a stone well that you are next to it, with an iron winch and a rope and a bucket. Along the perimeter, tucked overhanging wall, there are several stone sheds with padlocks, wooden doors. And there is 3 shallow alcoves containing wooden troughs as well for animals to drink and stuff. And then you see that 2 wooden posts, and in there is iron rings, and bolted to them you see a short humanoid with back wings and spider mandibles that you recognize being Mishka Bilview. Actually, no, it's not Mishka Bilview. Damn it. Okay. Yeah, you think you recognize this mongrel form from before. And you see, wow, she kind of like making all these noises. And with the sound mimicry, and she's kind of like shouting and screaming, "What do you want here?" Here saying all these weird noises.
We're friends of Cloven, and we've come to see the abbot.
The abbot! Good. The abbot is there!
And he points towards, she points towards the hut, the door, and there.
Thank you.
And you see that she tries to get close to you and bites as the last second as you see her spindly kind of spider legs moving around, and the wings and the talon claws.
Let's go, guys.
Nothing changed here, it seems.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to check with the abbot. I think he was the one in charge.
Let's
But
hope
she
so.
looks the same.
The creature looks towards you, Bloodwig, and he says, "Give me some food."
I go.
He looks at you, and he replies in some kind of weird language. Make a wisdom intelligence. Actually, make an insight check. Actually,
Okay.
all right. With a 4, you aren't sure, but the last word you think it said, it sounds like death. And then, as she says that, you see like her jaw kind of like closes as she tries to bite into the air.
And I go for a bite too in the air.
Okay, all right. As you do, make an intimidation check, actually. The creature kind of moves back and retrieves, and then it starts to fly with the spindly legs and bat wings tied to the chain, like kind of like goes on top of the pole, and you see that it's punching the pole all angry as you guys start hashing towards the abbey.
Okay.
All right, and as you do, 1 second. Oh, it's here. You see that you hear music actually that is sounding trickles from above, and is played by a single instrument. The ground floor is a 50-foot square room with arched glass windows. You see a cauldron that sits with an iron rack in the middle on top of a hearth, and there is a fireplace as well that hangs with a golden disc engraved with the symbol of the Morning Lord there. You recognize it straight away. And then there is a wooden staircase that seems to be climbing up, or a staircase that goes down to the darkness. And you know from being here before that if you wanted to get upstairs, that very likely where the abbot will be. But you don't hear just music.
Is it a violin or is it a piano organ?
It is a violin.
That music. What was her name? That was meant to be the next vessel for Tatiana.
Vasilka.
Do you think she's still here?
Well, we should go and check it out. I'm really curious what happened here.
Saphira, you hear a noise, like something has moved in the corner of the room.
I'm gonna look over there.
As you look, you see through the curtain that was actually half closed, and through the curtain, behind the curtain, you see what it seems to be a woman clad in a red wedding dress with a veil down, alabaster skin, like the palest, like almost like ceramic, and she seems to be looking at the window, and she's like obscured by the curtain. So imagine like if you are looking through the window and you close the curtain behind. That's what she's doing.
Well, this is weird, but there's someone over there, and I point at the curtain.
The woman says, and then it slowly moves the curtain, and you see her veil and a woman, pale skin, veil down, and she approaches. It makes that sound again, looking towards you, Sway. You're on mute, Sway.
Vasilka, is it you?
And you realize she kind of like pulls something out of her bag. She's got like one of those bags like that they use in Asian stuff. It's like a loose bag that it could be is big enough to have some kind of baby on it, and then you realize that she pulls out this tiny baby with a huge head and kind of like a weird expression on its face that has very intense eyes, almost like a Strahd if he was a baby. And the creature looks at you and utters on a smaller voice, kind of like
Okay,
a
so
sound
I'm
like
gonna
similar to
get
her.
there and kind of move the curtain away and give them a hug. Hey.
She kind of screeches as she moves, like she needs a bit of oil in certain parts. And the baby is kind of going crazy. And then at this point, you all see this baby, and some of you, Cabal, Real, you recognize it being baby Tradi, and you recognize her being Basilka that you've never met, the Saphira and Bloodwick. And she
I'm just gonna
seems
look
to
back
have
and
no
I'm just
voice.
gonna say, that's incredible. That's the first people who remember us. Who we didn't change the past.
She says, and kind of like in excitement, you know? Then she unveils her red veil, and you see that her eyes are completely white, like she has no eyes. Her face is made looks like a painted ceramic doll, but she seems to have some kind of flesh similar to Lilith, but it's a much worse quality. So she looks like
Oh, girl, you're looking better by day.
She says back to you and a smile with a force kind of like gear sound, like she cracks her face as she smiles, literally.
Veselka, can you take us to the abbot?
She kind of nods. The baby kind of makes the same sound, and the baby kind of like makes a sign that he wants to go with you, Sway.
Yeah, of course I'm gonna take it.
As you take it once more, this is the heaviest baby you ever hold. It feels like make a strength saving throw, actually, just to manage to hold it with that. No, you're not gonna fall from it, but just to see how hard it is for you to do so. Okay,
oh boy, you put on some weight.
Yeah, you kind of like think to yourself, damn it, I forgot how heavy this fucking baby is, you know? And then it's like in your hand, and it feels like your biceps are like almost like thrashing, you know, by holding it. And it kind of like does like baby things and kind of makes all these weird noises and kind of starts looking at your face and stuff. And Basilka,
I'm gonna find something in my bag and I'm gonna give him to play.
Okay. What do you give him? Describe to us this trinket that you are giving the baby.
Just something simple. I'm just looking if I have like a simple dagger or something.
A simple dagger to a baby.
Yeah.
It's not a baby, I mean, come on.
Yeah, you find...
it's kind of a baby, yes. I'm just
one
gonna
of
give
your
him...
old daggers, non-magical, like the ones you used to have before Barovia.
If you don't take Cloven, I mean, I can give the creepy doll.
As you show in the creepy doll, he kind of like takes the dagger first in one hand, you know, and then he starts doing like the symbol, like to kill it, and kind of going with the other hand for you to give it to him.
Oh, it looks like a Chucky. Yeah?
Sure. I'll give it to him. I'll grab like a stone from the floor. Like,
does he look like the Chucky without hair?
Something like that. Yeah, actually, imagine Chucky if Chucky was bald, pretty much, and a big head. And as he takes this this construction toy, you see like he's kind of like poking it, but not with a knife, with the finger. And he's kind of like shaking it, like, you know, like kids do to fish, you know, like in Finding Nemo, it's just like moving it really hard, but it's not.
Come on, Real, why are you ruining the moment? I give the gift first, then you come with this now. Are you serious?
I mean, you know.
Out of the sudden, Saphira, make a dexterity saving throw as you see a dagger coming in your direction, thrown by the baby.
Okay.
All right. A dagger impales on your golden eye. and get stuck on it. But then in the moment it touches you, you don't feel any pain at all. And then you all see that the dagger is actually floating in the air. It actually never got to touch the eye. It's just like 1 millimeter away of it, and it's just standing there. What do you do, Safira?
Can I use my hand, grab the dagger, and throw it back towards that baby, but just missing it, like hitting whatever is behind?
All right, okay. You do that, and then you see that the baby kind of like face like, he kind of smiles when you tries to take it on the air. Unsuccessfully, as he goes behind you, Sway, you with your supernatural speed do a angle as well, and you see the dagger was intentionally thrown not to hit, so it's not hard. And he's like, kind of like excited with the dagger, like he's reaching out for you.
Come on, man! What are you doing? Why are you throwing the daggers around?
He says like, no, it's something.
I'm just gonna look back. Maybe it wasn't such a great idea to give him that, but yeah, it's too late.
All right. And Basilka looks at you as you're having this conversation. She gets close to the dagger and takes the dagger in her hand, puts it in her bag, and says something to the baby, like, and you see the baby kind of goes like that and kind of looks down. And you just realize that he's been told off in a kind of construct language of some sort. And then she starts going up the stairs. As you follow her, you see... give me 1 second. I'll find this room. Okay. As you go up into the abyss, a higher floor, the DM realized that this is in a different in a different space. Okay. Yeah, here. Yeah, okay. So looking for room 17, okay. Yeah, okay. So as you keep going up, you pass one floor and then a second one, and you start to climb these wooden stairs 20 feet to a loft pitch roof. In the center there is like a lanterns that hangs from the rafters. There is a rope that dangles with this huge bronze bell. It's like a belfry bell. And you see this room is filled with this beautiful music coming from this violin. And you see a creature there covered with black shrouds on the shape of a humanoid of some sort. And he's got a lot of empty glasses, like he had a party on his own. There is empty different wine glasses and bottles. You see an oil burn on a table where he's sitting. And you notice straight away that this creature has two heads. He's got crustaceans claws, like almost like a lobster, and he's got this violin that he's using between his legs, and he smiles. Oh, food! Here, hello, he says. As you all enter.
Hello.
How you been?
I'm okay. I'm good. We're coming to see the abbot. How are you? You look well.
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you.
Beautiful music.
Wine.
Yeah.
Thank you. Would you like some wine?
No, I think you had enough for all of us. What happened here? Where is the abbot?
Oh, the abbot! Abbot!
He starts shouting.
I mean, I can do that. If you don't, just point to it. You know, is he upstairs?
Oh, just through that door. There.
Okay.
And he kind of like clacks.
Did you See my cousin?
Oh yeah, yeah, Osiris. Yeah,
Cyrus?
yeah, yeah. We saw him. Yep.
Oh, that's nice. How is he?
He's kind of. I
He
mean,
looks
Resting.
towards the trinket, and he noticed that the baby is holding the trinket.
Ah?
yeah, he had to travel, so he left it for someone else.
He starts, you see that his claws start to kind of make noise.
Yeah, the Strahd gig didn't work out for him. Strahd was really bad.
Oh, he was spying for us. But he's traveling, you said. Oh,
Yes, he might not come back for a long time.
And after his
Oh,
travel,
that's
he
all
probably
right.
need to rest for a very, very long time.
oh. That's alright. Mongrel, we live a lot.
And meanwhile, I'm just going to sidle sideways towards the door. Sure. And I'm going to knock. Ting, ting, ting. Out! Out!
You hear a very calm voice. Please, come in.
Guys, sit there. Come on.
Step into the room.
Right? Okay. As
Yeah.
you as you open the door, you see a table, like a metal table, like an operation room. And in there, you see this creature with different stitched body parts together. Kind of like laying on the table. Half of the head is being decapitated, you see that. And then you see this man, beautiful golden robes, black hair, kind of like very handsome, on his 30s, I will say. Kind of like a very good face expression and smiling. Wearing this kind of, how you call it? Apron? Yeah. Like a black apron that is covered in blood on top of the robes that he's wearing. And he's holding this surgical instrument, like some kind of serrated saw, that he's using at the moment. And you see that he put it down as you enter the room. And he says, "Oh, you are here. Nice to see you all.
Sorry to
Real?
interrupt your
Sway?
work.
Oh, that's okay. I have all day. Cabal. And who are
Hello.
you two? How wonderful. Turtle you are, right?
Yes, I am a turtle.
Oh, nice to meet you. I am the abbot. Who will you be?
I am Bloodwick.
Bloodwick. Very nice. An honor to meet you, sir.
Likewise.
And you. What a beautiful hair you have. How are you, my dear?
I'm well, thank you. My name is Saphira. It's nice to meet
Saphira.
you.
A pleasure to meet you. You've come to see your auntie's school, Sway, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, she runs a beautiful facility actually here in the Barovia, the school of fine mongrel folk now.
That's amazing news.
She's been amazing, yes. She's helped a lot of the mongrel folk here to get a higher education that they deserve. And her husband, well, your uncle, Vargas, is also helping her to run this fine institution. Thanks to you. And
I'm
your
really
family.
glad to hear that they settled in like that. Much better atmosphere than.
Yes, your cousin is also here. Victor teaches arcane arts in there as well for them.
Oh dear.
He's been very successful, I have to say. He's a great wizard.
And what about you? How have you been since the last time we saw you?
I'm just I'm alright. I mean,
What is this you're working on now?
I'm just trying to perfect one of my constructions. As you well know, the town donates any strays bodies unclaimed by anyone, and I use them for the evolution of science research. So I'm just trying a new type of construct at the moment. As you can see, not my finest, but it's getting there. Basilka kind of makes a weird sound. Yes, Basilka, this will be a husband for you in the future, so you can have a family, three of, as we discussed. The baby kind of makes like a sound as well. And, well, you know how it is living in Kresk. Luckily, I'm not a victim of the nightmares, or the mist, and all these memory issues that everyone is having. It seems like some reason due to my celestial nature and Basilka's construct one, they don't seem to be affected by it, so our life is good. But, you know, people die often here, you know. It's usual, always been, always will.
So woman... Go on, real, sorry.
I was just going to ask about the three ladies, so...
Go ahead.
Had you met these new three ladies? Apparently they have a shop.
Oh, they're not new, they've always...
Always been here?
Yeah. Well, always. Let's say for around 600 years, maybe, something like that.
Were you here before then? Or
of course,
were they here?
I've been here for thousands of years, as you know. I'm immortal.
We thought that they might be up to no good.
Oh no, they are very kind to the people. Apparently help to deal with their anxieties and stress. They are very therapeutic. Sorry, I cannot say that word.
Therapeutic.
Say it again. Say the word.
Therapeutic.
Therapeutic. Yes, they are very therapeutic for the town. So I don't see what you mean. But the mist is the problem, though.
Do they come and visit you, or someone named Sibylna come and visit you?
Sibylna? I haven't heard that name for years and years.
What about...
You mean...
what about Isabetta Mortach?
You mean the witch queen, Sibylna, Igluit.
Sibylna Igris.
Igluit, the witch queen, Tasha.
Sibylna Igluit.
Well, they're old names for the same person.
Could you repeat the old names, please?
Yes, Sibylna is a name that Igluit, the witch queen, has used for thousands of years when she wants to be in the sky. Tasha, the witch queen.
Tasha is her real name?
Yes, you know. Have you heard of her? She's a very powerful, the most powerful arch-fae in the realms.
What do you know about her? It's quite interesting.
I know she doesn't permanently live here. She's got a place somewhere in the Feywild that she rules, as far as I... not sure the name, but she's just likes to travel around, comes to the domains, to Barovia sometimes, I think. I've actually never seen her here or met her here. I just know of her.
But you've met the old ladies.
I've seen them occasionally.
And when you see them,
Not,
what are they doing?
On their shop, normally, I'm not one to leave the abbey often, but occasionally that servant of theirs have come here, that frog-like creature. What's his name? Let me... That he's got a very unusual name. Cousis de Grunels, yeah. Bullywog. He's been here he's from Kresk, and he's their servant.
Another fake creature?
Yeah, he's actually orangey screen. He's not like you, Bloodwick. He's more on the orange side. What did you say last, Cabal? I missed that.
I just asked if it was a fake creature.
Oh yes, he's a little... Actually, he's not little. A normal. Like our size, maybe a little bit shorter, around 5 feet tall, I guess. But he always wears this very colorful outfit that matches with his orange skin. He wears like a red hat, blue jacket, and green pants, and it's just all together. He's like a vision to remember.
Would you know what time the old ladies shut their store?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure, really. But maybe, do you know? He just does like a shout, not shout, but he kind of like moves, stands up, and kind of pops his head. Do you know at what time the three ladies shop closes, Clovin? And I need one of you to make to see if he does know
it. Sorry, what? You broke up there. What was it?
That one of you can make a fate roll. If you are successful, he will. So who would like to do that roll?
Go on, Bloodwick.
Okay.
To roll a d20.
I don't really know, Master.
He says, in a scream. Oh, I'm sorry, but will you be staying in Kresk for a while? You are more welcome to stay with us. I'm sure your auntie and uncle and your cousin will looking forward to see you, Sway.
I mean, yeah, we could stay at least one day.
Oh, let me.
Two.
Maybe.
Probably. Let's. What the others are thinking.
Oh.
Do we have time to stay here?
I mean, we should go and deal with the business in Kresk first. Meet whoever we need to meet, see whatever we need to see. But if the option is to rest, we would gladly take your offer and come and rest here if that is not a problem for you.
Oh, of course. You are always welcome in my house.
Have you heard
Many times, anything you need.
Just a last question from me. Have you heard any rumors of Kresk? Anything that you know about? Perhaps some sort of unusual black rock people have sighted? Some sort of tower?
Not really. I know that the entirety is part of everyday's life here, as it's always been. They say time lost at night is best left behind. That's kind of like a thing. People get very tired after a rest here and feel unwell, but it's always been the same. That's nothing really new. I did hear that your imp actually is in Kresk himself, and it was quite awkward because initially when he went, he came with all these mounts and beasts, and it didn't go well with the werewolves. So initially he was incarcerated and accused, but then no one really remembered you there. That was quite awkward as well, I've heard. And apparently no one really knows who you are. He's staying, I think, with the Burgomaster.
So not even the Burgermeister knew who we are, or
I don't really have the full hand information. It's one Ilias, the son of Dimitri and Anna, came here asking some questions. He's quite good friends with a lot of names. Sorry, guys. He's a lot of friends. He's very good with your cousin Victor. He came here to speak to him, and he was mentioning to him. Victor just mentioned it to me in conversation, so I'm not really sure much more. But I did know that he was saying that his father was outraged. But then once they understood the situation, they are very grateful. And pink imp, that is quite unusual. I don't remember your friend Claudio being pink, so I guess it must be a different imp, Lilith. No, he's that color now, Abbott. Oh, wonderful. What else? Let me think.
how are you now?
I haven't heard anything about obelisks or something. I know about the spirit fog and about weird nature events, you know. It's been a lot of crystallized animals, but they always been here and some part of the forest kind of weird at the moment. It gets the trees get crystallized and become red or yellow, unusual colors, and animals crystallized, still living, uncanny. But I guess that's always been the nature of. Actually, not always. Let's say maybe for the last 100, it's been the nature of. Close to the den where these three beautiful ladies reside.
How are you now knowing that Strahd is now gone?
I feel very happy. I'm very glad that wizard woman from afar managed to kill him. Impressive. She must be very powerful.
Yes, a wizard woman. I look towards Red.
It was totally me. I know I wear robes, but I don't look like a woman.
Oh, was this some kind of plan that you guys perpetrated to confuse the devil?
I think she lies and she wants, she's trying to make herself the hero. But it was us.
Oh, right. He's gonna make an insight check on that statement. Just quickly, 1 second. I mean, he looks intensely into your eyes. That's pretty wicked. And do you know this woman that claims to have killed Strahd and not you?
I mean, we thought it was Sibylla.
Oh, that is that kind of makes sense, I guess. Why would she do that to you? I'm so confused.
We are not too sure. Perhaps we should just find out. We're going to head into town now. Is there anything else that we should know? Anything?
I mean, just I don't think so. I think it's all good. Just say my regards to Emil and Suleika. If you do.
I'm sure they will be happy.
Yes, they were Well, they probably won't remember you now, discussed, but hopefully they do. All right. So good luck
It feels
in your
kind of.
endeavors.
Yeah.
We may return for the night. See you in a few hours. We will send you a message. Oh, we forgot to mention a most important key and reason why we've come here.
Oh,
Do you think you
go
can
ahead.
get in contact with a Moderon?
With a Modron, I'm a bit confused. Why would you want to get in contact with a Mod?
We have made a deal in a way that a Moderon was witness to, but we believe that the conditions are false, and we wish to prove this to the Moderon, so that we do not suffer punishment for things that are about to be revealed.
Oh, okay. That kind of makes sense, I guess.
You do not need to summon it now. We will send you a message. We'll contact you. And if you could,
All right.
I do not know how long it will take you to request a summoning of this creature. Does it take long?
Not really. I could do it almost immediately.
Do we need to summon the exact Moderon that took the contract? Or can it be any Moderon?
I mean, I think if any Modron would report to the Karsus or to the actual deity, that will help us, I think.
Sure. And why would you want that, if I may ask?
Basically, because we signed this contract, which we might want to break, because the people that are mentioned in the contract are taking advantage of the people that signed the contract. They don't have best, intentions, interest at heart.
Oh wow, that sounds
it's a bit
quite a pickle, right? You have there.
Yeah. It's like a bad faith kind of contract. So we know that if we can prove that we might be able to break the contract without.
Yeah, that's the rules of the upper planes. No contract like this should be made with creatures who are of chaotic and non-good nature, things like that. So yeah, that could nullify the contract. I will get on that whenever you tell me. It shouldn't take me too long. If you do want this for sure, I would better start the communication. Sometimes it can take a while. If that's what you want.
Yes. Rill, you mentioned about the deity that Lilith worships. How is that going to help in this situation? If the abbot can summon the creature here anyway.
Oh, Karsus.
I think Karsus is in charge of all the Modrons. He's god of Mechanus. The leader of Mechanus, I think. And ultimately he's the one that will break the contract. I don't think the Modron is not powerful enough. But the Modron will be like witness, and then
yes, you might
Karsus
need to find some kind of proof. I think very likely a different type of celestial come on Karsus' behalf. The Karsus of Mechanus. I think the Karsus that Lilith here worships is from a different world, I believe. Lilith. Yes, mine is not. My god is from the world of Aura. All right. Well, either way, yes, that could be made. So I will start making that thing possible for you. And please, I hope you're right. This can be quite awkward things to do. They are very, very precise and stick to these rules and stuff. So this was to start. I'll probably have to finish it. So I'll sure this is what you.
I think, yeah, it's necessary because if what we believe to be true is actually true, then we'll have to kill these women, or at least
So
stop
you are
them.
telling me that Ygritte, the Witch Queen, is interfering and pretending to be you for what reason? I'm a bit confused on that.
I'm
Why
not sure.
would she do that?
I don't know, maybe for the fame, maybe so people will forget about us, because, you know, if we were heroes that kill Strahd, people will listen to us. I don't know.
Seems quite interesting. I mean, maybe I should send a message to the lady that does the council for Dimitri and Anna.
Who is this lady?
Oh, Isabetta Morak. She's the
That's her.
advisor. What?
Isabetta is another name for Sibylla.
Sibylla.
She lives in the.
Like touch his chin.
She lives in the
windmill.
You know, windmill.
Oh, but she lives here as well.
Well, yes, it's powerful enough to travel, I guess.
This is very unsettling. Quite good news for me. I'll have to investigate on this. Thank you for this information. I guess I don't know who to inform, really. You don't make
Maybe we should just find out a bit more.
Yeah.
I mean, we just came back, really.
Because we have the problem that no one knows who you are, apart from Basilka. That is gonna make your story less credible.
You are not intending to tell anyone this information, are you?
Oh, please. Of course not.
Can I insight that?
Yeah, please. You can both do.
Inside check.
It's the most honorable. Of course, it's true.
Oh, got the same roll.
Okay.
Damn.
Anyone else who wants to do, please feel free to.
Can I use my inspiration, please?
Of course. Yeah.
Why not? I'll do it as well. I'll use my in-game inspiration.
Oh, worse.
Oh, damn it.
I'm not doing it because I trust him.
My god.
No.
Oh, wow. Okay, I guess Bloodwig is the last hope you have here. Chooses.
Yeah.
Okay. He seems very truthful, very honest, and some of you know that he's a celestial. They normally don't lie as such, so he seems to be telling the truth as far as you know.
Ow.
I mean, I just want the best for you, as always. Supported you. I see your team keeps changing. Concern. Is the people missing here dead? I assume. Godwin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scratch is in. Do you meet Scratch?
Oh no, I haven't met
Did you meet Tia?
this Scratch. Neither, no. TR. What an interesting name.
There was also one more. The Earth Genasi. What was his name?
Lilith will say. This is really bad. Finn.
Finn.
Finn, yeah. It was nice. Wasn't it taken by something regarding the Witch Queen as well?
Actually,
I don't know.
he may still exist if things have changed. Right? If there was no Baba the Saga, then he wouldn't have. Interesting. I wonder what's happened to him.
All right, so I'll get your rooms ready for whenever you. You might have to share the room. Unfortunately, I can clear most of it. You might have to share it with Basilka. Unfortunately, she doesn't sleep, so don't worry too much, or her baby. But she might come in to fix her makeup time to time, at night or any time, as you can imagine. Will that be okay?
Yes.
Of course, we're just happy to lay down and rest somewhere.
Yeah, and I'm gonna ask you please do not disturb the studies. My children, my mongrel folk, have a very tight, busy schedule with the studies in the school and stuff, so try not to disturb them. That's the only thing I'm gonna ask you.
They study here?
Yes, of course. We have an institution here that we established using all the empty parts of the abbey that were blackened by the curse before. Thanks to you, they are more than fine.
That is good to know.
Thank you. We also changed. You remember that area where we used to have poor mongrel folk. They couldn't really understand. It was hard to communicate with them before Vargas and Lydia came here. But thanks to them now, they are becoming much acute to the world that we are living. Also, all that area where they were staying before being used as well for classes and things. So it's great. Thanks, Sway, again for bringing your family. It was a blessing.
Well, I'm glad they're alive.
What a nice thing to say, Barovia.
Anyway, we should be going. Thank you for your...
Would you like some food or something before you go? You seem quite emaciated, some of
Food would be nice, yes.
Oh, luckily for you, Clovin has just been cooking in the kitchen at the moment, so it's not the finest of food, but edible, if I might say. If that's okay with you. And Basilka, without saying anything, see her downstairs. Makes like a sound, kind of. And Basilka will get you some food quickly. Everyone?
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's all right. Double portion for Bloodwick. I see he looks extremely hungry.
Yeah.
Is that okay? All right. And same for Cabal, I guess. All right. Food is brought to you. You are there. The abbot kind of like, I'll continue. I'll give you a little bit of time to finish my preparations. I'll be back. Please make yourself more comfortable downstairs. Maybe better. That's okay with you. As I finish here.
All right. We'll go down and eat the food.
Yeah. So you are the food. After a few minutes, is brought to you by Basilka, just metal plates, fairly clean. The food is edible, like the abbot says, some kind of meat that you're unsure which kind of cut of meat it is, with some plain vegetable, some kind of brown sauce on top. It tastes savory.
What are you doing?
Say it again.
Oh, sorry, my bad. I was just talking to my daughter. Sorry.
Oh, okay. And but it functions.
Okay.
After a few minutes, once you finish eating, the abbot says, "So yeah, so your rooms are fitted. Basilka will show Lilith where the rooms are, and then maybe once you are comfortable with it, she wants to make sure Claudia's okay, so she's in a hurry to leave. They have automaton stuff to discuss, I guess." He kind of shrugs his shoulder, the smile. And then you can go whenever you are to go to wherever you need to go. And keep me informed as well. I'm very interested why the Witch Queen be interested on Barovia and all these things. It's very, very unusual.
Okay. We will keep you informed, Abbot. Well, we'll take our
Nice to
leave
see
now.
you. Sure, fantastic.
Thank
Lilith.
you for
Wait,
everything.
Lily. Lilith comes running. Let's go.
We'll start making our way to Kresk.
All right.
Before I leave, I
Oh.
just come and I put my hand on the shoulder, on Abbot's shoulder, and thank him as well, and say for now, while we come back, bye to Vasilka and Brady.
All right, fantastic. They are very happy. The abbot says, "It's nice to see you. Glad to see you well. We'll see you soon. Return."
Does
So-
Sway see the Abbot in its true form?
Actually, that's a point. You two sway when the abbot is very close to you. You see where the abbot was, the figure of a normal humanoid. You see in there a celestial, like a deva, gray skin, very white eyes, exactly the same than Basilka, almost like without eyes, white wings, huge white wings, and body is much more built up, like a bodybuilder kind of style. And you'd see that same true shape as well, real on him. And you, Saphira, at some point, you see almost like through at some points, not all the time, but certain moments when your eye moves on its own accord, you actually see his form as well. But only when the eye moves on his, not when you. That is weird.
Okay.
Right? And you know, it will take you around an hour to descend. The abbot will offer you some kind of transport if you want, horses or something like that. That could return back afterwards on their own. That's what you want. Otherwise, you could just walk.
Fine.
How long it takes?
An hour.
Around an hour.
Yeah, I think we
You-
should just walk.
Yeah, if you're taking the horses, it will cut the time to half. If you're not in a hurry,
No,
it's around 5 o'clock.
not too much in a hurry. We want the shops to kind of close. But as we're walking, I'll just say, so her name is Tasha. Do you remember? Do you remember the saying about that names have power? Do you think we just got power now, knowing her name?
I don't know, she's got so many names. Maybe.
I want to feel as if we have won something against her now.
I mean, Lilith will say, "I'm not really sure, but if my name was very powerful, we'll make sure I don't say name. So maybe Tasha is just another name of her fake names, I guess. I don't really know." I remember once upon a time, Amara, true name of the other Babalisaga witch, isn't it?
Oh no, I'm gonna make everyone make a history check now. When we signed the papers, we had to put our real names down. Did we read what the real name that Sibylna put down?
Yeah,
No.
what happened is, like, as you wrote the name, your name was only you. And I remember having the discussion already. So you couldn't
Yeah.
see the names. You could just see that there was a name there, but when you focus on it, you could. The same with her, with yours.
Perhaps we can, once we get the mod run, perhaps we can request the contract to see her name because she's broken it.
What? Not even Rill or Sway, were they not able to see the name?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Not even Sway or Real. You gather this reason. There is reason for that. If you were doing one of these contracts, maybe sometimes if you request it, as she was the one requested the contract, you could assume that maybe she ensured that. Now knowing that she wasn't tensions, but it makes you wonder, why would she go through this then?
Well, she clearly didn't want us to know her name, so we might have an advantage right now.
I mean, any of you can make a history check, actually, as you're having this conversation.
Okay.
Real, you can make it with advantage.
Nice.
Bleh.
Okay. Sway, you know there is spells with her name on it. And Real, you actually are familiar with those spells. There is a spell called Tasha's Hideous Laughter. And you know that this spell is called Tasha's Hideous Laughter because in magic school you studied that she made this spell. So it makes you think that if she was that open about her name, is obviously not her true name 100%. Otherwise, she wouldn't have a spell called Tasha's Hideous Laughter. And you cannot
Maybe she
deny.
just
So you know that
spelled
Tasha is a very
her name.
well-known name. Very likely, obviously, not her.
But Igluit is not. So.
Could it be?
Igluit
Igluit?
could be one of the, perhaps her true name, but it sounds like it's missing something.
Igluit, the Witch Queen. Has
Natasha.
anyone heard of the Witch Queen before?
I will say that rolling on that 13 history check, Bloodwick, you've never really heard of her before, but the rest of you have heard the name, and Sway, you know about the spell. Same with you, Cabal and Saphira. Cabal and Saphira, you've heard her name. Tasha is known to be one of the most powerful arcane users around. Archfey before. It's like stories that people tell, you know, like be good, otherwise Tasha will come
How do you spell
and punish you and these
Igluit?
kind of things. Let me just let me just check it out because I'm actually not 100% sure. I have it on my notes, but I don't have it in front of me. Okay. I know what it is. It's here. I have this document with all her names and her stat. Okay, so I'll copy paste it there. Yeah. Yes, it's gonna be easier. Okay, so you will see it in Roll20 in 1 second. Yep, that's how you spell it. Igluit.
Igluit.
Igluit. Yeah, it's just one of those names. It's only taking me 3 years to learn how to pronounce. Still pronounce it wrong, but yeah.
It's like that sauce that no one knows how to pronounce. What's it called? Or something.
Worcester
sauce.
That's the one.
Worcester sauce. Yeah.
Worcestershire sauce.
Worcester sauce. Worcester. That one. All right, and as you guys are descending through this path, discussing about Igluit, Tasha, or Wise, and once more with more questions than answers, looking for this monolith, looking for the reasons, the motives of these hacks that you don't fully understand yet. And you see in the distance the town that you are approaching to as you are descending. And as you do, the first thing in the memory you have, you see this pool, this shrine, and you have that memory of Strahd taking Irina away from you. How he fooled you, and now he's dead because you killed him. And it gives you this kind of satisfaction. Not healthy, but that's... And on that thought, I think that will be a good place to leave it for tonight.
Yay. Nice.
Yeah. Amazing, very nice. Thank you guys, that was a really cool game. Thank you for playing here.
Thank you for DMing.
Yeah, thank you for
Thank
having
you.
fun. That was very cool. And it's been a pleasure as always. Please, if you enjoy what you see, give us a follow. Check us out. Thanks for your cooperation. Thanks to James Webster for his amazing art and displayed on the episode, and to Darren Curtis for the music that we are listening. Please them your support as well if you can, and we will have a great week. We'll see you again on Tuesday to see what's gonna happen to poor Yagu and all that on the sealed pages of Verglass. All right, thanks for being here. Great night. See you here next week for more Gothic Horror and Adventure.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.